Today I fucked up by spitting milk on my grandma. Love my grandma, we call her Mimi, but she's getting further into the loony bin every year. Every time I come home after an extended period of time she usually comments on how I've gained weight. This time appeared to be no different. She tells me I look bigger and I gesture with my hands asking like this, taller, or like this, fatter? Surprise, surprise, she actually says taller for once. While I've been talking to Mimi, my sister walks up behind her. My sister starts waving her arms wildly and I look up at her all confused while I take a gulp of my milk. She's pointing at Mimi's hands and I suddenly and violently notice that this entire time we've been talking she's been eating dog treats. Milk everywhere. Somebody had left bacon strips on the table since they'd been training the dogs earlier. While cleaning up the mess I admonished my Mimi that this was not real bacon. My sister and I were in hysterics for at least 15 minutes afterwards. TL, doctor, having a conversation with my grandma, and when I was in the middle of drinking my milk, I realized she was eating dog treats and spat my milk everywhere. My sister once ate an entire box of dog chocolates before realizing the target audience. She complained about the flavor and everything but just kept on munching. I'm really glad I opened and read this. I was scared that the title was a euphemism. At least you had your sister to share the experience with. LMFAO. Yeah, it's definitely a team effort taking care of my grandmother nowadays. At least we are the type of people that can laugh about everything. I was scared of what your grandma's reaction would be after you spat milk on her. Lol. Ever had that chance to bond with my grandparents because of living afar? Continue loving your grandma, smiley face, always, and thank you for your well wishes. Only one thing smells like bacon and that's bacon. Today I fucked up by jerking off too hard, NSFW. This wasn't really today but actually happened on New Year's Day. Didn't have Reddit then. I don't know if a sex demon entered my body and took over my soul, but I was horny as fuck after 12 AM on NY's Day. I basically jerked off for 4 hours, off and on, and during the time, I thought, hey, I'm just gonna try another way to jerk off, which was by dry humping. Now at that time, I didn't even realize how sore my willy was, so I dry humped. Seems fine, right? After a while, I realize I fucked up by feeling a pain at the tip of my dick, mainly my frenulum. I thought maybe it was just soreness. I woke up the next day, realizing that I jerked off so hard that I tore off a small bit of my frenulum. The icing on the cake was that I woke up and my pillow had a palm's worth of blood on it. So basically I somehow, when I slept and probably shifted my pillow around me and my dick, I actually bled out for my dick and it was a good amount. I didn't go to the doctor, because when I woke up the blood was dry and I did notice a small cut, tear. I treated it by immediately applying antiseptic and not wanking for 2 weeks, for safety purposes of course. Yep, so that's how I fucked up. Note to younger lads, don't jerk off for hours, and don't ever choke the chicken too hard. Too long didn't read, jerked off for 4 hours, tore a bit of my frenulum, tip of my dick, bled out a palm full of blood. I'm okay now. Jesus man. Did it owe you money? Question mark. I was a slave to a sex demon on that day, smiley face. I feel somewhat better that this didn't only happen to me. Ooh man, you, Rip Van Winkle. He ripped his wankle, smiley face. You know what they always say, lubrication, lubrication, lubrication. What was your stepsister doing that put you in such a mood? Bold of you to assume it was my stepsis. Today I fucked up by asking my brother if he wanted to move across country with my wife, child, and me. Immediately editing to say children in title. Pretty drunk today. For years my wife has been begging to move across country, USA. In October of 2020 I decided it's time to do something new, so I finally agree. We had a few get-together with only family because of COVID starting in October. I asked my only brother if he wanted to move across the country with us, not expecting a yes at all. all but also genuinely wanted to give him an opportunity to move, if he wanted to. He agreed. He clears shit up with his girlfriend, he is ending a lease anyway and his girlfriend doesn't want to move across the country, so they decide to do the long distance thing. We make the move. 6 days to move across the country, sort of taking our time. We finally get to the west coast from the east coast and we've been settling in for a month now, staying with family. My wife and I have found time to be physical about 1.5 times. Between living with family and having kids in our room. It's been a few weeks now. My wife tells me she is pregnant. She is a few weeks along. I wonder to myself, how the hell is that possible when we've only found time between the move and being here with no privacy about 1.5 times. Just said, damn, I must be good. Maybe our brother's name is really potent. I pried about it and she says they have somehow found a way to fuck most days since we moved. I'm sick. I cannot believe I gave my youth for this woman at this point. Thought we were forever, but I suppose everyone does. I moved 2,500 miles away from home for my wife and brother to fuck me in the ass. TLDR, I got fucked in the ass. Wow, I just hope you don't let these people's trashy behavior ruin you. I can't imagine how hard it must be though. I hope things work out the best for you in the long run. Both brother and wife are shitty people. I'm surprised she fessed up immediately. I'm sorry, but this isn't your FU. You shouldn't feel to blame that your wife cheated on you. There's always an alternative to cheating. I don't think I need to say this, but tell your BF's GF about his decisions. Then get out of there and lawyer up or prepare for some lengthy couples therapy. That's pretty shitty of her. Get the fuck out. Let your brother deal with her crazy personality. Lawyer, now.